People just like associate reset with like deprivation, but ultimately you can't reset your body in a day. Your skin is 28, your liver is about 30. The things that you need to think of is like balancing your blood sugar, makes a huge difference, reducing inflammation, obviously that inflammation is driven by alcohol, and then is supporting your liver and your gut.
This is Catch-Ups in My Kitchen, the catch-up you need every week in order to look, feel and be the best version of yourself. Join me in my kitchen every week as I speak to a new guest about all things food, health and wellness. Whether it's a specialist in their field, an inspiring story, or just a big girly catch-up full of all the recommendations, tips and advice. In my kitchen, we talk about it all. Hey guys, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Catch-Ups in My Kitchen with me, Georgia Simmons, host of the podcast. It is September, which feels like the second January of the year, where a lot of us are talking about resetting, renewing, cleansing, getting back into routine, and this is the perfect episode to inspire and motivate you for that. In my kitchen this week, I am joined by April Morgan, who is a nutritionist. She has worked with Rose Ferguson and she currently works for the brand ARTAH, which I'm completely obsessed with. And in this episode, we talk all about the reset. Things we should be doing to feel our best, small changes to make a big difference, what we should be having in our fridges and cupboards to lean towards making healthy choices. There is so many recommendations in here. I loved this episode. So many takeaways that you're going to absolutely love. So without further ado, let's go and join April in the kitchen. April, welcome to my kitchen. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Do you mind giving a really quick elevator pitch? Who you are and what you do?
Yes, of course. So I'm a nutritionist, also a nutritional chef. So I've been in the industry for probably over 13 years now. So I worked with functional medicine practitioner and goddess Rose Ferguson for 10 years. Learned so much from that, kind of just working with her, supporting her clinic, mentored by her, but also did loads of kind of events with people like Dior. Also started a food company with her called the 5-Day Plan, which was kind of to show people how food can make you feel great in 5 days. And the tagline was Feel Fresh by Friday. She came out of that, genius.
Amazing.
And then from there, I started my own clinic. So alongside working with Rose, I was also studying part-time. That was complete chaos, but it was great. Honestly, could only do it in my 30s. The idea of doing it now probably would not happen. So I started my own clinic, saw clients, and then a year ago yesterday, I started at ARTAH supplement brand as a head of nutrition. So I work alongside Rena and a great team, and kind of my day-to-day changes all the time, which is the culture of it, which is great. So helping support with kind of formulations, support the marketing team. I've just opened a practitioner program for other like nutritionists or anyone else like osteos, facialists, to kind of get the word out about our brand, but also help support them in clinic. So giving them resources from protocols to recipes to basically all the pain points that I had in clinic. I'm trying to make everyone else's life easier.
I love that. I mean, what amazing brands you've worked with. I mean, Rose is an absolute hero.
She's an absolute babe. I love her.
Yeah, I love following her. Her page is amazing. And Rian as well.
Powerhouse.
I
do feel so privileged. I have just worked with like the best of the best and like also just really strong, amazing, beautiful women. It's just like, it's so inspiring. And it's just, just also like-minded. So that always helps.
No, completely. And ARTAH as a brand, I am a huge fan.
Right,
so I can't wait for this conversation to deep dive on all things nutrition. But before we do, we have a quick fire round to kick things off about all things food. So what would you say is your favourite restaurant in London?
Oh my God.
I know, it's hard.
How can you do quick fire in that? Okay, I'm just going to go with whatever popped in my head first.
Okay.
Gold, Notting Hill.
Yes.
Setting's gorgeous, food's great. Like I love just having like plates and like the sharing vibe. I think it's like food is great, social wise great, setting, like tick, tick, tick.
It ticks all the boxes, agree. Okay, what is the one wellness brand or product that you couldn't live without?
Oh my gosh. I would say, obviously biased, but this is my life. ARTAH Deep Detox. I think that's just like my balancer for all things liver hormones.
Yeah, I love that. We're going to deep dive a bit more on the whole liver health in a minute, but we were touching on deep detox before we started recording, and I agree, it's a great product. Okay, what is your hangover meal?
Oh, my hangover meal. It's definitely got to be something actually, no, I know what it is. Know what it is. Okay, it's breakfast burrito.
Yeah.
So it's like chicken sausage, black beans, egg, like a kind of like a tomato salsa, guacamole, and then my boyfriend hates it, but I will definitely sneak a green in that, and it's usually rocket, which he absolutely hates.
I love that.
Just want to get some bitter, like in terms of like hangover meal to help you recover, as well as like that heartiness thing that's going to like pull you through so you don't feel like the world's falling down. That is my meal.
In a wrap? In a
wrap, in a burrito.
Amazing.
I always have to YouTube though, like how to wrap it.
I was going to say, I struggle.
It's so challenging.
I can do a lot of things in the kitchen, but wrapping a good wrap is actually quite a struggle.
Honestly, and with that and making a perfect omelette, like I'm a very highly qualified chef, but for some reason those two things trouble me.
Yeah, thing is with an omelette, I think we need a small pan.
I agree. The pan is essential.
Yep, I agree.
And you don't want it too small though, so that you basically make a souffle frittata kind of
Yeah,
setup.
it's too much. Yeah.
It's like, you know when you go to a hotel
Yes.
and you look at the omelette station, I'm always like taking notes.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
like,
analysing.
Okay, so that's not a perfect circle.
Yeah.
I see what you've done there. You've actually got a large pan, so you've made it thinner so it cooks faster.
Yeah.
I'll get back to you when I've perfected the technique.
Please do. Okay, which is your favourite coffee shop?
Okay, so I don't drink coffee.
Okay,
Really,
you're a matcha girl.
I'm a matcha girl, which, you know, I feel like it used to be cool, not so much anymore because everyone's doing it. I say Genki. I really like Genki.
Yeah, they're good. I agree with you on that. That's a good one. Which food for you is a complete no-no?
Just like anything, like sweets.
Agree.
Just like this, do you know what my mum never used to give us like rubbish food, but like we never had them as kids, me and my brother. So yeah, I just don't understand the purpose. I have a zero desire. I just don't find them.
It's just artificial and there's no benefit at all.
I feel like if you really want to deep it, it's kind of like eating like a weird child's toy. Like it's something that shouldn't be consumed. It was made to look like childish.
Yeah.
But then you eat it and it's obviously like complete trash.
Yeah, agree. Yeah, sweet. Okay, and lastly, your favourite dish to cook at home?
Oh, okay. So I make it every week, so this one's easy. So I do scallops with salsa verde to start. We're so extra in my household.
Oh, I'm loving this. I make it every week. Here we go.
Yeah, and then I make a like brown rice spaghetti or like whatever pasta that I can get that's brown rice. And then I make like a tomato-based sauce. So I use capers, obviously loads of garlic, fresh tomatoes, and then I mix that in with passata, loads of fresh basil, salt and pepper, and then I put probably like that much feta in the middle, like make a little well, and you cook it really slowly, and then you just mix it in. It's like super creamy, like it's got that great like salty flavor, and then I just add prawns to that, and then we have like obviously side of greens, so it's usually like a rocket salad.
Which your boyfriend hates.
Absolutely hates.
He does
eat it though. Like he is so good. He's not fussy, but I'm always like, we eat that first because it's bitter, so it gets the digestion amped up, and then we have that meal. So
delicious.
Yeah.
Is there a sweet added on to the end of that? No. You're done.
You know what? It's got all the elements. You shouldn't need a sweet.
It's true.
I'm not like a always dessert, but like time and place. Maybe at the weekends might have a little something, but. Yeah. I don't cook desserts.
No,
that's just not my thing.
I'm a cook. I'm not a baker. I'm not.
I agree.
There's no baking going on in this kitchen.
I agree.
No. Agree on that. Okay, so we're now in September and we're all seeing the whole September reset, September cleanse. So I want to kind of start with like, if someone listening is like, I want to make some changes in September, I want to kind of kickstart my nutrition, feel really good. Where should they start? What are some of the things they could do to kind of reset?
So I think 3 things. It's about like knowing what your aim is. So usually I think summer, it brings on more drinking, late meals, obviously more indulgent meals, eating out way more. So I think the things that you need to think of is like balancing your blood sugar makes a huge difference. Reducing inflammation, obviously that inflammation is driven by alcohol, and then is supporting your liver and your gut, because those things that kind of suffer from the above. So I think it's not about just going straight into, I actually don't like the word reset, like when I think about it, because I do completely understand, but I think people just like associate reset with like deprivation, but ultimately you can't reset your body in a day. It's at your body, your skin, your liver, everything regenerates and has like a renewal process of certain days. So your skin is 28, your liver is about 30. So it's actually just lifestyle adjustments or behavioral change. So I think focusing on those things, and the way that you can do that is, obviously, it's nothing complicated. Literally, I hate to say it, I'd love to give someone something like one thing that's going to make everything better, but it's just concentrating on whole foods. Like, just when you eliminate kind of alcohol, sugar, like excess gluten, dairy, anything like that, then like you'll feel so much better. Like hydration, movement, just nothing complicated. And just introducing like nutrients that are really going to help with that. So obviously diversity, that's going to help your gut health, but also types of vegetables that are going to be really supportive of your liver to help detoxification. So
yeah, I agree. I think it's really easy to overcomplicate it and like add in so many steps, but I know I'm kind of working on like a mini reset or a few lifestyle changes, and I think it's small things, all like normal things. Like one of mine is 4 hours, at least 4 hours in between your meals.
So impactful.
So
simple. You haven't actually got to do anything.
No.
Ideal.
But for someone who's like, but why? Why is that good? Because like we were speaking about snacking earlier, and like some people are little and often people, but you and I were saying that we're both like 3 good meals a day people, and we love that meal time. I love those foods at those meal times.
Absolutely.
I'm not a big snack on the go person. But why is it important to wait those 4 hours?
So quite a number of reasons, but one thing, so it activates something called the migrating motor complex. And basically what this is, it's a kind of a wave of cyclical contractions that in your gut, it helps to kind of clear out your digestive tract. It helps rid any undigested food, also prevents the buildup of bacteria that can lead to digestive and gut issues such as SIBO. So that's a huge part of our digestive process that's so important. I think as well, it's really good to mention that our digestion takes up 50% of our energy. So on a daily basis, if you're just grazing all the time, the energy demand on your gut is so burdened. So your energy is going to be awful. Like it's going to be, and also it's going to be spiking your insulin. But I think in simple, if you just let your gut digest one meal, and then it's digested that until you get to your next meal, it's done all the work. Because if you're constantly grazing and then you get to your kind of rest and repair phase that kicks in like at nighttime, your gut has so much to do, and then this can affect your sleep, because it's just like, it's when your body is so active, that's when you'll be a bit restless at nighttime. And then also insulin sensitivity. Like if we have those breaks, it's going to help insulin sensitivity, which makes us more metabolically efficient, which is going to help with steady energy levels throughout the day. And then obviously that's everything from how you focus to how you perform and how you sleep at night.
Completely. I also think it's like your time for water. I always think that like when you're eating, you're not necessarily drinking as much water. So if you're having those 4 hours in between each meal, you can be like, right, let's get in as much hydration as we can. Exactly. And also often we think that we're hungry when we're actually just thirsty, which is a huge one.
It is. And you know what? Snacking is just totally habitual. It's so emotional. Like no one understands. It's just emotional. It's like feeling something, whether it's boredom, whether it's stress. Like I always say to clients, like before you have a snack, like ask yourself these questions. Do you have a physiological feeling? Is your stomach growling? Like, do you feel a bit kind of weary? Do you need fuel? If you don't have that snack, do you feel like you won't be able to get through the rest of the day to mealtime? And then like from that conversation with yourself, then decide whether you need a snack or not.
Definitely. And then if they've answered those questions and the outcome is I do, what would you suggest they look to snack on? Because the snack market is also quite vast and there are so many different options. So what would be your go-to snack of choice?
Well, I would say like the actual, like chemistry of the snack would be, make sure it's high in protein, or high in fat, high in fiber, ideally all three. So I'd love to like give you something that's probably so different to what other people say, but it's not going to be.
Yeah.
Obviously, crudité hummus. So hummus, you've got your fiber, you've got your protein source. Crudité, you've got the fiber. I actually really like kind of like protein fat balls that are made out of like nuts, seeds, coconut oil, nut butters. Like that is perfect. And like edamame beans as well.
Yeah.
Or like if you wanted to have like a protein smoothie, like I always kind of recommend that. Nuts, seeds, kind of anything, or just like hardcore protein. Like
hard-boiled egg.
There we go. Yeah. Exactly. I think it's like, because that's just going to help stabilize your blood sugar levels, which is going to help your energy and it's get you through to your next meal time.
Yeah, completely. So a lot of people obviously in September are like, oh, okay, I've definitely been drinking more over the summer. I want to cut back on drinking. I want to support my liver. I want to detox a bit. Obviously, you mentioned like the liver takes 30 days to fully detox. So what kind of ways, how can we support that? Like what foods can we consume to support that? What else can we do to support that detox?
So I think first of all, it's about what you're not giving it, which is the good thing. So it's about cutting out those things that irritate the liver and add extra burden. So obviously alcohol being number one. Any kind of ultra processed food, excess sugar, your liver absolutely hates them. It really drains energy because it has to work so much hard to kind of excrete them out of the body. So first of all, kind of obviously avoid press pause on those. And then introducing foods called like cruciferous vegetables. So these are things like kale, all the lovely ones, broccoli, everyone's favorite Brussels sprouts, cabbage, rocket. And so what the cruciferous vegetables have compounds, sulforaphane and I3C, and these activate enzymes that basically help with phase 2 liver detoxification. So what they do is they kind of neutralize them. They make them safer and water soluble so that your body can excrete them out. That phase is so important because if you don't support that phase, then that's when you'll have kind of free circulating hormones or toxins where they shouldn't be, which kind of creates this inflammation cascade. So definitely cruciferous vegetables. I would say like anyone that's starting their reset now, or like something you should do is like making sure you include between like at minimum like 3 handfuls of those types of vegetables per day.
Yeah.
Also kind of amino acids, obviously, methionine, cysteine, they're found in like meat, fish, eggs. Again, this helps with phase 2 detoxification. And then hydration, just keeping it simple, like making sure the lymph is moving properly. So, and not thinking that you just have to get it from water. So like leaning into like herbal teas. So green tea or, dandelion tea, nettle tea, which not many people like, but I do. Mint tea, lemon and ginger, anything like that. That all counts towards your kind of 2 liters a day, but that's just going to help flush everything out. I think as well in terms of like, so your liver and your gut have a huge connection. Ultimately, the goal is to get everything excreted out efficiently and properly. So the more fiber that you introduce through fruits and vegetables, to regulate your bowel movement. I always say to people, like, my best beauty tip for like clear glowing skin is to go to the toilet every day.
I know, but that's not always, it's easier said than done sometimes.
I always, it's obviously TMI, it's never something that I've ever struggled with.
Oh God, so we're like, opposites here.
I honestly, the fear and the anxiety I would have if I didn't go to the toilet every day, it would be unbearable. So like, I really, really like sympathize with people when they can't. And like, there were some of my favorite cases in clinics. I'm like, you watch, girl, like, woman, like, you'll be on that toilet. You'll be loving life in no time.
Yeah, honestly though, I'm a case study for someone who does everything you would suggest and it doesn't happen. There is a serious, I don't know what it is. MCT oil massively helps me, to be fair.
Interesting.
Yeah, it really, really helps. Chia seed, linseeds, they really help. If I soak them overnight and add them to my breakfast, that helps. Routine really, really helps. My body loves routine. So it will go literally on the dot, same time every day. But if I'm out of routine one day, I have been once, you'll be shocked, 10 days.
Oh my God.
Without
that's like chronic.
going to the loo.
God, awful. It's just, it just messes with everything though, like
everything.
your mental state, like your energy, like it's
everything.
It's such a crucial thing that everyone should be doing.
Yeah.
I wonder if, now I'm thinking, okay, you do everything right, you've told me a little bit about your routine. Wonder if there's more of like a motility issue, like it's actually something maybe a bit more manual. Or I always say that like things like IBS, so obviously they can go either way. You can have really like erratic bowel movements or constipation. I would say IBS is more of a nervous system dysfunction than it is gut. So like, is it something actually more mental and more emotional?
I think
that is like a trigger that's stopping you from...
I think it probably is.
Releasing.
Yeah, I think it could be. Because I think when you're in routine, you're maybe not stressed, you're not anxious, everything's normal, everything's going, whereas changing routine, maybe changing social situations, changing who you're with, who you're surrounding yourself with, and that probably,
your body's just uber sensitive to like your environment and how you think, how you feel.
But sometimes it can go either way. Sometimes nerves or anxiety can cause me to go to the bathroom, and sometimes it can't. So it's really, really interesting. I'm a case study for you here.
Oh, bring it on. I would love to help.
If you were suggesting to someone what they should do to go to the loo, what are your tips?
So I'd say, depending on when their start point is, so if they didn't eat much kind of fruit and vegetables, I'd say start really slowly. Don't go into it because you're going to feel so much worse.
Yeah.
So I would say like prioritizing well-cooked fiber sources. So well-cooked vegetables, like stay away from the raw initially because that can kind of make things worse. I would say like having nice mucilaginous foods. So like you said, chia seeds, flax seeds. So there's this little magic potion that I used to give to clients. Sounds disgusting, but it's like a chia flax mousse. So it's just soaked, and just having that every single day, again getting that consistency, getting that routine, obviously drinking water and making sure you're hydrated, and increasing fiber. So if you're only eating like 2 portions of vegetables, start with 4, see how 2 weeks go, then 6, start, and like ultimately you want to get to like 8 to 10, and you want to be hitting minimum 30 grams, and then eventually get to a point where you're like 45 to 50 is where you really have like optimal gut health. And I would say like for people that really struggle with that, is like supplementation's fantastic here. Like a fiber supplement, so beneficial. Like I really think it's such like a secret weapon for great gut health, but for those people that can't go to the toilet. And in particular, slippery elm, marshmallow root, but not like... They are amazing for regulating bowel movements. In fact, ARTAH have GI Fix, which it's so good. It has not failed me yet.
Okay, ARTAH, maybe I need to have that one as well. I'm literally like, I've got ARTAH stock literally in my cupboard. I love every single product.
I would not want it any other way.
Cellular hydration, like symbiotic, all of them. I'm like, they're phenomenal. So GI Fix I haven't tried yet. So we'll probably be adding that. Okay, I want to touch on juice cleanses and cleanses and fasts and the differences and your thoughts on them.
I love fasting, always have. So funny enough with juice fasting, when I worked for Rose, she wrote her first book, which was Juice. And I remember being in her kitchen for weeks testing all these juice recipes. So for a very long time, when I say a long time, it could probably be like 6 or 7 years. I could not look at juice. I did not want to taste a juice. I hated the idea of it. But now I'm fine now.
You're cured.
But so I think if it's done right, it's amazing. So I think every case is different. So if you're doing a juice cleanse for a period of time, you're only consuming juice, then I think people always want to make them taste better, right? So they add fruit. But sadly, that's going to spike your blood sugar. So if you're going to do it that way, pure green vegetable juices, it's going to be so amazing, so nutrient dense. And I think that's just a great thing to do to kind of rest the gut, to support the liver, to just get kind of toxins out of the body. Just obviously like brain clarity is incredible after it. It is really difficult though. So if you haven't done it before, I wouldn't say that's your starting point. And then juicing kind of on a day-to-day, I think it's fine. So when you want to add fruit in, as long as, I would say to clients, as long as you're having it like with like a fat or protein source, I would say to people, so I love doing glucose monitoring with people. And so I would do tests of like, have your juice like technically on an empty stomach, like in between meals, see how it goes, and it would shoot up like the same way that it would shoot up your 8 Mars bar. And then I'm like, right, now buffer it with like a handful of nuts, because it's got that protein, it's got that fat, and it's got fiber. It's just amazing how much it steadies. So like that's a good way of how to introduce it daily. But juice cleansers, I think they're so effective, and you feel incredible after. Like when you get past that struggle, like so when I worked with Rose, we used to do like a Monday juice day. It was like our weekly like kind of housekeeping. And then by Tuesday we would be like, oh my god, like just feel amazing. Like it was just
I agree. I think I've done a 3-day one, I've done a 1 day, and 3 days definitely harder. I think if you're still exercising, you're working, you need the energy, you've got to be in the right frame of mind, in the right situation, and your lifestyle's got to change a bit to be able to do a 3 with energy. But 1 day, I think I did Rose's 1 day. She put it on Instagram and I saved it and did it, and it was like 2 greens, and then it ended with a soup. I think it was like a white bean soup situation.
I feel like I might have been there when
you may have.
I knew, because I feel like I remember all these things.
And it was really, really good. I love a juice cleanse, but again, I think when people want to do like 5 days, I think it's just too much. I think you could probably benefit a lot from just a 1 day.
I agree, because I think there's so many other things to consider. Is that you are going to get a bit of like muscle loss in that. So it's like, with everything I say to people, if you're cleansing, if you're deciding what you're eating, if you're thinking about supplementation, what is your goal? What is your end goal? What is your target? Because that will change how you do everything.
Yeah, so true. And what about water fast?
Yeah, so I do them quite often actually with my partner. I really like them. I think it's because it's easy. You don't actually have to do anything. And like I drink like 2 liters of herbal tea a day. So for me, it's just like a breeze. It's just, I think as well, it's just a really nice 24-hour gut reset. You just feel so much lighter, calmer, like mind, like body, everything. And I just, I love the simplicity of it.
Yeah, me too. And I think it's quite good. I did it once because I was training for the marathon and I was injured, and I was like, right, I tried everything to help the injury, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to do a water fast to try and like get the body to target that area. It didn't work. The issue was deeper than that. But I really enjoyed doing the water fast, and I think it was fun because I actually stopped eating at 4 p.m. the day before, so then I could break it at 4 p.m. so I could have dinner.
So you actually are eating both days, and actually the part is where you're sleeping, so it's easy. And actually it's not as bad as it sounds. So agree. So do you fast? Do you do a lot of intermittent fasting? What's your relationship with that and thoughts on that? So I love intermittent fasting. I just think fasting on a whole is like the best, easiest longevity tool. It's also really cost effective. So it's just like, it's something that literally anyone can do, but it totally depends on what life stage you're at. What's your lifestyle like? Gender, those things. So for me personally, so I'm actually fasting right now. I'm very on brand. Purely today was for ease, and also just where I am in my cycle. I just feel like I just need to feel a bit lighter. So I'll break it kind of probably about 1 o'clock. I really love chrono fasting. So this is where you front load your day. So you have your breakfast, your lunch, and then you basically won't eat dinner, or you just have something like a bone broth, just because it's going with your circadian rhythm. I think that particular tool is so good, especially for people that are really stressed but want to fast, because it's not so much deprivation, because you really are going to make sure they eat properly on breakfast and lunch. Also, anyone like perimenopause or menopausal, again, really good for that. I think fasting against your circadian rhythm at that life stage can be a bit detrimental. And also just kind of like fasting in terms of like closing the window, just making it easier, like eating like 9 till 4. It's like my ideal. It's like, it's so easy, but it's like, you just feel so much better. Like I honestly, this sounds so lame right now, but one of the like biggest flexes I feel is like, oh my God, if I've had dinner like by 5 p.m. or by 5:30, I'm like, oh my God, I have so many hours until I need to go to sleep. This is going to be a dream.
I agree. Like I love breakfast. Like breakfast is my favourite meal of the day. I can't really function properly if I haven't had breakfast. Like I couldn't come here and do this today if I hadn't eaten before. So for me, having dinner early or not having dinner and sleeping and then waking up and breaking my fast, that for me is a dream. Yeah. Like I much prefer it that way. My mum is better at the other way. So she will just again like not eat and have really a herbal tea in the morning all the way till like 1-2 o'clock, and then she'll start breaking her fast, and that works so well for her. I think it is very much person dependent, for sure. And like you say, cycle dependent and all of those things. So if someone is wanting to make changes this month, we've covered a few things. What would you say are like a tangible takeaway? Like, okay, these are the five things or few things that you should do or think about. What would they be?
Okay, so I think one, how your plate looks, and making sure breakfast, lunch and dinner pretty much looks the same. So it's always got a protein source on there. It's always got between kind of 3 to 4 different coloured vegetables, and it's got a fat source, so avocado, nut seeds, olive oil. And then if you're eating carbs, just making sure it's kind of complex, but just making sure it's balanced, it's not complicated, it's just whole foods. And just like, you know, like how the babies have the plates, just having like that. I think literally simple hydration. I don't really care how you get it, as long as you're getting like 2 litres a day. And movement. I don't think you have to suddenly join the gym and be like either a Pilates princess or like, you know, strength trainer. It's just about getting functional movement throughout the day. So, you know, they say about sedentary lifestyles, if you go to the gym and work your ass off for an hour in the morning, but then you sit at a desk again for 8 hours, you're living a sedentary lifestyle. So making sure that like functional movement, whether it's like getting a standing desk, whether it's like, I always like to call them gym snacks. So like every hour or 45 minutes, you get up and you do like 20 squats or a different type of movement, star jumps, anything, just so that you're constantly moving, and just making sure like you park further away and you walk to the shop. There's a little extra. You take the stairs, like in the tube. Like, don't get the escalator. Don't be that guy.
Yeah.
Take the stairs. Like those things, I think they're just simple. Like stand up on the train, don't sit down.
Yeah, it's small things. Like I will always take the stairs. I'll never get the lift in my building. I'm on floor 3. It's not that many flights. Yeah. I'm like, come on. And then my rule is I'm only allowed to get the stairs if I've got heavy bags or if I'm with someone else. Those are my rules. So
we could have taken the stairs.
I know.
Today.
I was like, I'll take the lift. I was like, no, it's fine. I'll get the lift. So those are my rules. I think, yeah, stairs always. But those are really good little things. Like park further away. I love that one.
Yeah, easy. And then I think other things that you could do is, obviously we discussed it earlier, and on this is that gaps between the meals are really important, and making sure that you have at least 12 hours overnight fast. I think that's it. I just don't like overcomplicating things, because I think people think like, okay, cool, I need to reset. Like I'm going to go ham. I'm going to choose deprivation, starvation and misery, basically. Like you never ever follow through with it. And ultimately health isn't something you just fix like that. It's like little tiny consistent things that you work on every single day to build a habit so it's not hard anymore. Yeah. And it's just being consistent and like living like 80-20.
Completely. I also feel like it's got to be sustainable. Otherwise, what's the point? Yeah, then you go back to normal life and everything will just go back to normal. It's pointless. You literally do all that work and make it really unpleasant and painful, and then you go back to normal life and everything will go back to how it was. And I'm like, that's just a waste of time. I think it's got to be something that you can maintain rather than a crazy something that is just not realistic.
I just feel like it's the hype of and all the noise in like the wellness industry. Like everyone is making it look impossible, because everyone's like, well, if you're not ice bathing and doing like 25 saunas a week and having red light therapy and oxygen chamber, and it's like, oh my God, actually like health and like longevity, it's so foundational, and it always starts with like what you put in your mouth.
Completely.
And it's, as long as it's not complicated, your body's going to love it. Like when you give your body the tools it needs, just uncomplicated, it will reward you like tenfold with everything. It's not hard to look after yourself. Obviously I come from a place of privilege because I'm educated, but it's like, as long as everything, you know what it is on your plate, it's come from either the ground or it's picked, or you can see it sadly running around or swimming around.
Yeah.
it's fine.
Completely agree. Also, I feel like the wellness industry is now like communicated to be so expensive. Like
So
these,
expensive.
like I'm in the industry and I'm like, oh my God. Like if someone's trying to fill or build their supplement basket online, they're like spending like hundreds of pounds, or like the red light therapy, hundreds of pounds, like some huge investment. And it's like, you don't need to do them. They're really nice add-ons if you get to that point, but they're not a necessity. And it is insane. Like, yeah, I have an ice roller, but I asked for it for my birthday. You can use an ice cube. Like,
I use an ice cube every morning.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
It's lovely. It doesn't, it's absolutely fine.
No,
So
I completely agree.
It's crazy. Now, I want to talk about what should be in your food cupboard and fridge. Now, I'm not saying what should, but like if you were building out a kind of baseline stack of like what should be in there.
So I'm going to be really biased and just basically go with what's in mine.
Go on.
So I think no one eats enough beans and legumes. I like honestly hammer home about this. So like one thing that I like consistently find that I put in protocols for clients is like make sure every day you're having like 1 cup of beans or legumes. I honestly think if people ate more, we would have less kind of cardiovascular disease, metabolic disorder, just because they're so nutrient dense, but like they just help with so many things. They help with your gut health. They help kind of grow that beneficial bacteria in your gut. They help with your insulin sensitivity, with satiety. And they're so mineral rich as well. Antioxidants, like literally everything. They pack such a punch. I feel like if they were just in someone's cupboard as like a thing that you stock up. So I always have chickpeas, black beans, butter beans, what's the other one? Cannelli beans. And like I always, whatever protein I'm having, I'll add like a can of beans to that.
Yeah.
And like always. So I think in terms of staples, those, really good quality olive oil.
Oh my God, yes.
I will first admit, like I can't always afford to, I'll rephrase that. I can't afford to buy organic everything. Food is so bloody expensive. My food shop already is pretty punchy. So like that would be double. But olive oil is where like I always say where I'm going to spend my money is olive oil and meat and fish. So a good quality, organic, unfiltered olive oil. One, it makes everything taste so much better, but also just so rich in nutrients.
It's a superfood in itself. I literally think it's a superfood. And if you're, like you say, no matter where you're getting your food from, like your veg, at least it's going to be seasoned or cooked in an oil that's good quality.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you cook with like tallow or coconut oil or avocado oil as well, or are you pretty much olive oil?
I'm pretty much olive oil and then coconut oil. Just keep it simple.
Yeah.
And then in terms of what other fridge, I would say you want to open your fridge and you want to see colour. So like you need more than 2 vegetables, guys, a week, just FYI. So like you want to open it, and like 3 of my shelves are always like veg, and so I'm like super OCD. It goes like herbs, and then it goes like salad vegetables, so all your like your rocket, obviously, tomatoes, like peppers, cucumbers, and then it goes to other veg like courgettes, cauliflower, cabbage, broccoli. And so but I just make sure that everything's like a rainbow. I think that is ideal. That's a staple. And then like depending on what protein, like if you're omnivore, again, this is something where I really like put the money, because there is literally no point sometimes eating meat and fish if it isn't good quality, because it's probably going to do more harm than good.
Agree.
So I get everything from Abel and Cole. It's like wild sourced, it's organic, it's like the quality is amazing, and actually like they are not horrendously expensive. I think they're like a good midpoint. So I'd say those are staples. And I would say, this is just so biased, but I feel like you can make everything taste good with herbs. Yeah. But also like capers for me. Capers are like
and olives.
Staple.
Yeah.
That's another thing that I put, in that meal that you said, I realised I forgot to put.
Olives.
Is olives. I put olives in the pasta sauce.
Black olives or green?
Black olives. Yeah. I mean, I love both, but for that particular flavour.
For jarred, I always have capers, sun-dried tomatoes and olives in my fridge.
Girl out of mine heart. Always. Literally did my food shop, and those 3 things are
always
on their way.
Yeah. And another one, this is a little bit rogue.
Okay.
But my housemate laughs because if I'm cooking, I'll often get the jar out and just nibble. Kimchi or a fermented
nice
kimchi or a pickled something.
Yeah, I love a pickled red onion.
Yeah, pickled red onion. Kimchi's actually up there with like, that's in my fridge
that's
always.
so good, especially if cravings. Like kimchi's like a really good, like, blunt that craving.
Yeah, love it. Now, a product that ARTAH brought out, which I am obsessed with, and we've spoken about it before we started recording, is creatine. So let's touch on that briefly. Do you take it? What's your relationship with it?
Yeah, I love it. I can't lie. I feel like everyone should be taking it, especially women. So but obviously before we launched it, I'd taken it, but like, again, the quality of ARTAHs is just like unreal. Like, you just don't get that kind of bloating or any side effects with it. No. But I always worked out since I was like 17 years old, like always hit the gym, like doing loads of different like strength, boxing, HIIT, everything. And I just found like I got to a place where I just wasn't seeing any results, and it was really pissing me off. And I started taking creatine, and then it was literally, now this is going to sound like I'm boasting. This is not a lie. So I was like hip thrusting 120 kilograms, and I could not get past it. But in 6 weeks, I got from 120 to 170. And I was like, this is insane. But it wasn't like it was excruciatingly difficult. And I was like, it's creatine. Like, it's just what it does to your strength, your energy to be able to perform is amazing. And also just like the muscle mass gains that you get from it, and just overall energy, like brain clarity. And what I love about it, especially for women that cycle map, for example, is that I think it's great that women are just taking so much more time to like consider what they need in terms of like diet and exercise, depending where they're in their cycle. But I feel like creatine is like the ultimate cheat code, that you don't need to adapt your workouts, because with creatine, the way that your estrogen kind of fluctuates, your creatine also mirrors that. So when you're taking creatine on those times that you can't basically build muscle mass as efficiently. So when our estrogen drops, our ability to build muscle mass is kind of less and it's compromised. So when you take the creatine, it cancels out that. So like, you don't need to adjust your workouts. You don't need to be more gentle with yourself, because also it gives you that great kind of muscle energy so that you can get through your workouts. That's also why I love it, because I just feel kind of balanced all the time. Yeah, no, I'm obsessed. How do you take yours?
I have it in my coffee.
Nice.
Although today, because obviously we were buying coffee out, I mixed it in with my yogurt.
Oh yeah, easy.
Easy. But I have it with breakfast of some sort, or I put it in my smoothie or shake or something like that. But again, I've like worked out forever, and I'm not a big strength girl. I do strength training, but I use kind of lighter weights. I kind of do more. I run a lot. I do Pilates. I'm quite cardio focused. I love like spin classes and that kind of thing. But again, I wasn't really seeing the definition that I wanted to. And I was like, I gym every day. I do Pilates all the time. I'm doing everything right. So I was like, I'm going to try creatine. And this summer, everyone kept being like, oh. And I'm like, here we go.
Perfect. So basically your Instagram is just like an ARTAH creatine advert.
It really is.
Ideal.
It really is. I was like, oh, finally. And I hadn't changed a thing apart from that. It was one thing I changed. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, it's a game changer. I literally will never not take it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It's just the energy. I'm just so addicted to like, I remember Rian, my God, she said you'd take me on a 10K run. I used to do loads of running. So I did a half marathon with Rose actually when she was training for the marathon. Kind of got roped into it. But I was like, yeah, I'll try it.
Yeah, give it a go.
I used to run loads and I just stopped. And I was like, oh, I can't be bothered. I did loads of boxing, which is cardio. So, and then she's like, oh, take on a 10K run. It turns out to be 14K. I hadn't ran in like over 2 years. I was like, I'm going to fully die. But I took creatine and honestly, it was a breeze.
So
and I'm like,
good.
It must have been that, because then I went on another run because I was really influenced by it. Didn't take it because I forgot. And I was like, this is so painful. Like, I'm struggling so much. Like, I was dying.
So interesting.
So, yeah.
Basically, it's something that everyone just needs to take. It's just...
Genuinely. And you know what? Like, the people that really, really benefit from it is like that later life stage. So your perimenopausal, menopausal women, because it helps with so many different things, because it helps muscle mass, preserve your muscle mass, bone density, energy. Like it's it's a hero product for me.
Good. So good. Now, we always finish with my favourite question, which is, what is in your handbag? I love this because I don't tell anyone we're doing it, and then I'm like, right, secret's out.
Yeah,
let's have a little look.
I feel like I've got a suitcase with me today.
I love the bag. Where's the bag from?
It's from Mango.
It's gorgeous.
Okay, right. So I put everything in this little pouch. God,
here we go.
Wow, this is really, really going straight in there, guys. Coconut oil.
On the go.
Multi-use product. You can use this because I oil pull for my teeth. You can use it for your teeth. You can use it for your curly hair, right? It gets frizzy. Moisturizer, anything, ideal. So
is it in your handbag for hair mostly, or?
I literally use it for everything and anything. I would say like a bit of moisturizer.
Yeah.
But I pretty much always do that, and then like.
Oh my God, I love it.
Yes, and then I'm really obsessed with dental hygiene.
Okay, amazing. You're a girl after my own heart. Keep going.
So I had braces when I was younger. And so I remember the dentist freaking me out with, like, if you don't brush them, like, you know, when your train tracks come off, they'll be yellow. And I was like, oh my God, like, I can't cope. So like since then, which was probably like 12 years old, I've been obsessed. So I always carry toothpaste with me.
Which one's this one?
This is an aloe dent. And then
a
bamboo toothbrush, which is a bit grim. So
I love this.
Yes. And then natural eye drops. Just because when I get tired, like I can see it in my eyes, I can feel it in my eyes. And so like for me, this gives me like a little energy shot.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, bloody hell. Colloidal silver. So we were talking about perioral dermatitis before this. This is a hero product for that as well. So this is just really good. It's like antifungal, antibacterial. And so when commuting, I just spray it on. So it's really good for like the plane, trains,
You spray it on your face?
Yeah, just spray it on.
Okay.
So I always have this.
I need to get that.
Go. Yeah, it's
like
so
now.
good. I don't know what this is. Okay, nail file.
Nice, you never know.
No, and oh Christ. A AirPod cleaner thing.
Oh.
Yeah, it's honestly so good.
Oh my goodness.
As you can tell, like hygiene is huge for me.
Hygiene is,
so
this is really
I basically
good.
have a mini shower, and then that's kind of everything in that. And then, I mean, what do I have in here? Oh yes, no. This, I do not go anywhere without. Oh my God, okay, that's a wallet. Jesus Christ.
This is amazing.
Okay, this. Oh my God, this is the best lip balm in the world. So things that
I've seen this, but I have a hand cream. I've seen the hand cream from them, I think.
So this is like formerly known as nipple cream. So it's lanolinic acid. It's basically the only thing that actually mimics your like skin matrix. So like it's instantly hydrating. Things that I can't leave the house without, okay, are, if I could have three things, I literally wouldn't care about my phone. Lip balm.
Yeah.
Some sort of gum, mouth freshener mint, like a natural gum. And what is the other one? Oh my God, what is my third one? I just literally fell out my head. But yeah, I have to be moisturized at all times.
This is, okay, and that's your top recommendation?
This one's so good.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the rest is just like a laptop and
this is amazing.
Tax letter.
The, lovely. The AirPod cleaner is...
that really topped it, didn't it?
Yeah, that really topped it.
So good.
Is that an Amazon one?
Oh, obviously.
Right. Okay.
I honestly think this cost me £3.
I'll be ordering that now.
But the joy that it gives you cleaning it, like I always think, do people judge me when I do it in public?
No.
Is it a bit grimy?
I'm like, respect, 100% respect for me.
Yeah.
I need to be giving you some mouth tape. We'll get onto that post episode, but I will be giving you some now because if you're a dental hygiene person,
I'm here for it.
Is what you need. April, thank you so much for coming on. This has been full of like tips, recommendations. I'm obsessed. So thank you so much. I'm sure everyone here is like with their notepad, like writing all the tips down. So this is what I wanted this episode to be, like bite-sized, loads of info. September. It's like September's a new January. I do feel a bit like that, which I love. I love a bit of a...
I think it's like a bit of a renewal, but also like it can bring on a lot of stress because it's closing down the year.
Yeah, I agree. And I also feel like it should be like, what can you add in, not what you can strip away. So I always think add, not remove. But I think September is a really refreshing month. So hopefully this episode has given everyone loads of motivation. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you guys so much for listening. And I really hope you enjoyed that episode as much as I did. If you loved all those recommendations, you are going to love next week's episode, as we are joined by Natasha, the founder of One Zone. Now, if you haven't checked out One Zone already, get your Instagram out and search One Zone for all the hotspots in London. All the recommendations, where to go for brunch, where to go for your girly drinks, where to go for date night. One Zone is the destination for all London's recommendations. So we are joined by Natasha next week to get all the hotspots, all the September new launches. It's going to be such an exciting episode that I know you guys are going to love. So if you want to listen to that and don't want to miss the episode, click that follow and subscribe button so you get reminded when the episode goes live next Tuesday. Thank you guys so much again, and see you next week.